All right, welcome to Dean Bodie Show. Dean Bodie Show. Hey everybody, happy Monday, the start of a brand new week. I hope you had a great weekend. DeanBodie.com is the website. And when you click on there and you go on there, you'll see the links. One will take you to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. The other link will take you to the YouTube channel, DeanBodi space show. YouTube channel. You don't want to miss the YouTube channel. You got to go run, don't walk. All the teasers are on there with Bodie. This way you get kind of, who Bodie is, what's going on with the Boatster. She's the muse. She's the energy behind this entire production. She's running the whole show over here. That's how we do it. That's why we always kick it off with, who's the good girl? Good girl Bodie, good girl Bodie. She's the best girl in the world, oh yeah. DeanBodie.com, 800-878-9698, the Bodie hotline, the Bodie fun line. Call the Bodie line, she loves you line. We love you from Dean Bodie. Remember, we're coming at you daily, Dean Bodie, because life comes at you daily, not weekly and monthly. We're bringing the joy vitamin to you on a daily basis. Bodie gives me the joy vitamin. I give it to you on the show. You give it to somebody else today. Hey, that's how we do it here, Dean Bodie. Click the like. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like what's going on here, consider subscribing. And, a nice 5-star rating and review. A nice review would be nice on the podcast of the platform of your choice. We're on all the platforms. Enjoy it the way you want it. Watch the video, listen to the audio, do both. Sit back, on a Sunday afternoon and just binge watch the Bodie Show back to back. How fun is that day? Oh yeah, going down to Goofy Land all day. Oh my gosh, I saw this video. Bodie and I went to the dog park today, take a little work break, and we went down there, and she got to see a couple friends, chill out under the shady tree, and throw the ball around a little bit. Bodie's pretty good at the fetch. And had a lot of fun. The weather's real nice out here over here in Dallas, Texas. And as it's cooling down a little bit, listen, prayers going out to all the people dealing with the fires in California, all the people dealing with the hurricanes and the storms and all the COVID, schmovid, pandemic, schmandemic. As I know we're going to come out of this bigger, better, and stronger. Don't bathe in it. Take care of yourself so you can take care of somebody else. Remember, keep that immune system strong. So we're at the dog park, and I'm YouTubing some stuff, and I come across this video of this skydiver that free falls with no parachute into a net at the bottom, setting a world record. Oh! I was like, what? 35,000 feet up in the air, jumps out. And I think he had to wear this oxygen mask for the first part of the trip. It's not that long of a trip. The whole thing is 2 minutes. And as they were saying, it probably feels like, an hour as you're doing it. But coming from somebody who I've gone skydiving twice, and I'll get into that in a second. I talked about it on a previous episode way back when I first started doing these shows. And it just reminded me of all what I went through. I can't even imagine having the guts isn't even the word. I mean, seriously. So I'm watching this thing, and they said he had to wear this oxygen mask and all that, on the first part, I think because he was so high up. When I went, it was 16,500. And I went tandem, a professional strapped to my back with thousands of jumps, and was not a free fall. Was not going to go to that level, but this guy not only free falled, he free falled with no parachute. Seriously? So I was just tripping out on this. And you fall at 120 miles an hour. That's why when you watch one of these skydiving videos, the person that's filming them, when you see after he pulls the cord and he shoots straight up, it's not that he's shooting straight up. It's like he's hitting the brakes and the camera guy is still falling at 120. So it looks like he blasts up, the parachute guy blasts up in the air. It's kind of one of those optical illusions. So I'm watching this guy do his thing, and he lands in the net, and the net just absorbs his fall. I don't even know how they calculated that net where it just kind of allowed him to, it wasn't, a real jerky thing. It just kind of relax, fall, and like just missed the ground, and he came back. And it was just so perfectly done. I couldn't believe it. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when one of the runners, broke the 4-minute mile, and then a bunch of other people started breaking the 4-minute mile. It's like when somebody does it, then other people are going to be doing it. So the announcer was like, well, I don't know anybody's going to be breaking that world record anytime soon. Probably not. But when you go 35,000 feet up, the next crazy guy is going to go up a little bit higher, and he's going to do something else, and to just break the record just a little bit to start that whole process going. So when I went tandem, this was nuts on its own. And you're falling at 120 miles an hour, 16,500 feet up in the air. I don't care if you got someone strapped to your back or whatever. It's a free fall. This is not you're attached to the, safety line or nothing. We did the real free fall, jumped out. When that airplane door opened up and you look down, it's like, why am I doing this again? As they say, why am I jumping out of a perfectly good airplane? Okay. And then I did it a second time about a year later. Just nuts, man. And you want to do something that's going to change your life. You want to talk about getting an endorphin rush and really get yourself out of your comfort zone. And I was going through big time anxiety at the time. This is when it was fresh. Those of you listening out there that are dealing with depersonalization, derealization, I was going through it in the thick of it at that point in time. I decided to do the skydiving thing because I wanted to just rewire my nervous system. I was searching high and low to find the answers so I could snap out of this, because it's like you're looking through this piece of saran wrap. You're looking through this fogginess, this kind of cloudiness all the time, 24/7, 365. I had to go through it. It was probably a 3-year run at least, constant. And it was scary, and I was doing anything I could do to kind of get my body to reboot and all. And, it was one of those things. So I think it probably helped. I still was dealing with it, of course, but I didn't have my life cleaned up like I should have. I didn't have the drinking stopped. I didn't have, myself really dialed in with sobriety and all that stuff. So that's what I'm saying. You got to clean everything up. You got to put your body in an environment so it can fix itself. That means you got to stop all that stuff. All the substances, gone. Handle things head on. Get out of your comfort zone. Let yourself rewire and be patient with the process. So that being said, you can do it, by the way. And but I was watching that world record guy falling into the net. Unreal. I was just like totally taken by thinking about when I went comparing myself to what that guy just pulled off. The nerve alone. It's like, wow. Hey, Millie.
Yeah. Did you hear that? The world record guy jumped out of the airplane, no parachute, all the way into a net, and I can't even believe he would do something like that. I know, that's crazy. We should go skydiving one time. It sounds like a lot of fun.
So, moving forward, I'm thinking about, I'm taking a little right turn right now, about the rituals that we do in the morning and all this stuff. I get up and, whatever it is, and open your fridge and you're looking at leftovers and things like that. There's kind of like a fine line. If you got to think about it for more than 48 hours, it's probably time to get rid of it. I had some cool leftovers, man. It was some PF Chang's, and I just couldn't get to it. I had other things that I was eating, and it's one of those things. 2 days, the third day comes by, and there was a chicken salad in there, probably on the fourth day. I'm like, you just got to make the decision. It's time to let it go. Freshen things up. We start anew. And what are you going to do? You don't need to make yourself not feel well, but it was teeter-tottering on that. So, hey, 2-3 days. It's really probably okay for like a week in the fridge and all that stuff. But, I decided to start over again because, I got a sensitive belly. And I'm taking good supplements and all that too, enzymes to help myself digest, and the probiotics, and to the nines. I got it dialed in over here, but still, you never know. Anyway, Sebastian Maniscalco, my favorite comedian, way at the top of the list by far. If we're going through the whole list, we're going George Carlin as far as the lifetime favorite. But right now, Sebastian Maniscalco is way up there. And I just think about some of the stuff that he does, the sayings and all that. What are you doing? He's got this Italian thing, and he married somebody Jewish. I'm Jewish, by the way, and the holiday's coming up, and the New Year's coming up. It's very exciting. So, Lashana Tovai in advance. But he talks about how his wife, he had to go to the Passover dinner, and he's Italian, and he goes to the Passover dinner. He goes, as an Italian, when I sit down, I need food like right away. I need bread, oil. I need something to do immediately. And I sit down. They start passing out reading material at the Passover dinner, and we're going to be reading for like about 2 hours. And he goes, 2 hours? It was like, after the bagels and lox, the Jews got nothing when it comes to the cuisine. And he says, you don't ever hear anybody saying, I went to this Jewish restaurant last night and the gefilte, amazing. Floored me. It's so true, though. But he goes, listen, have the Passover dinner, but next time, have the Italians cater the Passover. Go and watch his YouTube videos. I'm not doing him any justice. I saw him live out here in Dallas at the Punchline, and this guy is just unbelievably hilarious. So, Run, Don't Walk, giving a little shout out. Sebastian, come on, man. Standing ovation. I'm sitting, but I'm standing. You got it, baby. Let's see what's going on over here, Dean Bodie. We don't want to shortchange anybody at Dean Bodie Show. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a glorious day. There's plenty of sunshine, it's coming our way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Ba-da-bee-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yada-dee-da-da. Zippity-da-boo-da-ba-da. Oh, my timing with Amazon and my inventory. Tupperware soak and wipe. Disposal cleaner. Oh, okay. This thing I have with the soaking, like, for example, I poured out the leftovers, and you know how the Tupperware holds on to some of the stink. Depending on what Tupperwares you get. You got to get the ones that have more of a harder plastic. They don't hold the odor in there. I think it's because they're not quite as porous as the cheaper ones that you can't get the smell out no matter what you do. But you got to get that Oxy Palmolive dishwashing liquid. The Oxy is the king, okay? That's why it's in everything. So I let the thing soak in the Oxy, and I'm pouring it out and doing my whole hand spongy wipe and all that stuff. And one of them is still has a little odor in it because it had the pepper steak in it and all that stuff. So I soaked it again. I wiped it again. Sometimes you got to do the double soak. Sometimes it takes the triple soak. And these are some of the rituals that I have to go through. Not to mention this Amazon timing thing. How much toilet paper do I have? Can I order it on Amazon? Because it might take a few days or whatever. Am I going to make it in time? If I am, we do the Amazon. If you're down to your last little couple rolls and that Amazon doesn't come in time, you're in big trouble. So you got to go to the market. So me and the timing thing, I kind of have it down about this point in time, but I'm sure we all go through it. So today I placed a nice Amazon order. I think I get everything timed right so I don't run out of something and the other one comes on time. I go through these things. The whole soak and wipe and the Tupperware cleaning and all these things, all this stuff. Sometimes you need a double soak and wipe. Sometimes you need a triple soak and wipe. Oh, yeah. So, that being said, going back to one of the things I talked about on a Pet Peeve Wednesday, might have been a Pet Peeve Thursday, who knows, but about the aluminum foil, the flap on the box came, it wasn't working, it wasn't staying down, so I had to get a couple pieces of tape. I taped it to fix it, and I put the saran wrap thing on top of the foil. It turns out after a week of the other one being on top of the foil, it fixed the flaps because it weighed it down long enough to where it repaired itself. You see, you check back and see. Now it's good. It's still got the tape on there, but it kind of fixed, and I feel a little bit better because I like the foil on top of the plastic wrap. How? Why? I have no idea, but that's just the way I like to do it. Hey, everybody's got their own little thingy-majiggies. Everybody does their own thing the way they like to do it. Hey, something's on the top, something's on the bottom. Some people do a pre-soak, a long soak, a short soak. Hey, you do you. We love the rough edges over here, Dean Bodie. We want to hear about your rough edges. Call the 800 number, 800-878-9698. Leave a fun message about one of your rituals and all your fun stuff. We'll make it a feature on the show. Say your name, where you're from. Who's calling? Oh, wow, it's Lori. Lori's calling from Israel. Wow, it's Carrie. Carrie's calling all the way from Marietta, Georgia. Oh, gosh, who's calling now? It's Lewis. Look, Lewis is calling from Canada. Hey! She's the good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world, yeah. The good girl, Bodie, yeah. The best girl in the world, oh, yeah. DeanBodie.com, 800-878-9698, Bodie Hotline. Call it. Say something fun. Do a little sing-along. Do a little zippity-doo-dah. We'll sing it with you. We'll make it a feature on the show. We'll give you a shout-out. Come on. Hey, some days we're going to do sound effects and all. Some days we're going to use my assistant, my sidekick, Alexa, and sometimes we're going to yell down to Millie, and other things we're going to do. Hey, you might not hear a sound effect sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be me flipping the mic, going A to Z, putting it in the can. No editing over here, Dean Bodie Show. Man, we're up to 100 and who knows? Let's see what's going on here, Dean Bodie, one more time, because I mean to say this once in a while because I can't believe it's been this many already. So on the YouTube, it's about 10 videos more than the podcast when you see the numbers, because I started the videos before I set up the podcast mic. So we just kind of go with the way it really is. And the YouTube is episode 145. And on the podcast, it's episode 135. Look at them go. Look at us go over here, Dean Bodie. We're doing it. Come on. Stick with us. Stay with us. We're coming at you. We're committed to 1 year on a daily because life comes at you daily, not weekly and monthly. Hey, that's the way it does. That's the way it goes. So keep yourself positive. Keep yourself strong. You know, you got to keep your immune system strong. Take care of yourself so you can take care of somebody else. Remember that. And, when the monsters come around, whether it's COVID, schmovid, the flu, or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't like strong immune systems. They don't talk about this enough, if ever, and it's driving me up the wall. I don't know why. They're talking about all this stuff. They're talking about all this and that and this and that. Everything but the immune system. I wish they would get it dialed in a little bit better. Start talking about taking care of yourself nutritionally and all this stuff. We got to get that dialogue dialed in better. I don't know why it's not, but hopefully it'll change sooner rather than later. So let's make it a great week this week. We're going to be coming at you. We're going to be coming at you tomorrow. Have an awesome day. Thanks for sticking with us. We love you here, Dean Bodie. And, listen, leave a message on the hotline, on the fun line. The Bodie's waiting for you. Have an awesome day today. We'll talk to you tomorrow. DeanBodie.com. Oh, yeah.